You're watching a Highwire Media podcast. Minnesota car salesman Jerry Lingard's inept crime falls apart due to his and his hired henchman's bungling attempt to fake the kidnapping of his wife for ransom money, provided by her stern and wealthy father. Hot on the trail of the crime is a very pregnant Marge Gunderson, whose stealthy and persistent police work follows the clues to tirelessly unravel the crazy circumstances of a triple homicide. Now, I saw this movie years ago. A lot of these movies I've watched at different times, at different ages, and now I have a different perspective. Looking at it from a reviewer's point of view, it's a little different. But when you dig deep into this movie, the framing, cinematography, the storyline, you realize this is a kick-ass movie. This is something truly out of the norm. I want to give it a 10, but I saw this a long time ago back on TV, I think, cable someplace. I didn't like it as much then as I do now, and reviewing it with fresh eyes, I probably would have given it a lower score. But now, with all the strong female leads in movies and a messaging where every woman gets a scar, jumps off a building, and saves the day, it's interesting how Hollywood is shifting. Studios are even struggling because they're pushing women to the forefront more than men in a political kind of way. But that aside, watching Fargo again, I realized that the main character, Marge Gunderson, is such a well-written character. She's strong, but in a subtle way, sweet, feminine, yet intelligent and commanding. These are real classics, and they're only getting stronger with time. This is going to be an interesting discussion because initially, I was going to give this a 9, but as I rewatched it, my opinion shifted, and I'll explain why. The way the movie opens with the starkness of the terrain and the music by Carter Burwell, it's powerful. Carter is an unbelievably underrated composer, and his scores are fantastic. The desolate landscape sets the tone immediately. It's almost like a crossover between a narrative film and a documentary. The simplicity of the characters and their world is established so well. Jerry, the car salesman, is a big shot in his small town. He's not just a salesman, but also the manager, which in their world is a big deal. Their lives are simple, far removed from the fast pace of New York or LA. The setting adds the mystery and the slow burn tension of the story. Marge Gunderson, the heart of the movie, is not a typical hero. She's simple, but incredibly smart. One of my favorite aspects of the film is the relationship between Marge and her husband. Their scenes are beautifully written and directed. They're happy in a quiet, unassuming way. If you pay attention to the cinematography, every time they're on screen together, they are framed in a way that keeps them connected, whether in bed, at the breakfast table, or even when she's getting ready to work. He offers to make her eggs, she declines, but he insists. It's a small, tender moment that speaks volumes about their bond. When she leaves for work, the camera keeps them both in the frame, showing their togetherness. Even later, when she's in the police station, he remains focused on her despite other people coming into the scene. Alright, TV and movie fans, let's be honest. Keeping up with your favorite shows, new releases, and live events can feel like a full-time job. You got one app for binge watching, another for live TV, a separate one for sports. Before you know it, you're paying for 5 different services and still missing out on what you actually want to watch. Well, Hulu plus Live TV changes all of that. With Hulu plus Live TV, you get the best of both worlds. Not only do you have access to Hulu's massive streaming library, we're talking thousands of movies, hit TV series, and exclusive originals, you also get over 90 live channels, including ESPN, ABC, FX, Fox, NBC, and more. That means live sports, breaking news, and your must-watch reality TV all in one place. Plus, let's talk convenience. No cable box, no contracts, no hidden fees, just instant access to the shows and games you love, whenever and wherever you want. Watch on your TV, laptop, phone, or tablet. It's completely up to you. So if you're tired of the hassle, the high prices, and the constant FOMO when a big game or season finale drops, Hulu plus Live TV is your all-in-one solution. Sign up today, cancel anytime, and start watching the way TV was meant to be on your terms. Get Hulu plus Live TV now and never miss a moment. Use the link in the description. Join today. This contrasts sharply with Jerry and Jean. Their shots are framed differently, often distant, with Jerry looking in one direction while Jean is out of focus in the background. They are never truly connected. The cinematography, subtly highlights the differences in these relationships without overtly stating them. The people in this movie are portrayed in such a unique way that at first I thought they were characters, almost cartoonishly simple. But then I realized no, these people actually exist. That Minnesota nice culture is real, where people are overly polite, but sometimes passive aggressively so. They're friendly, but there's an underlying sarcasm or hidden emotion that's hard to read if you're not from that region. Of course, the most famous scene of the movie is the wood chipper scene. It's shocking, it's strangely comedic in a dark way. The Coen Brothers excel at this style of black comedy, blending realism with absurdity. The scene is brutal, but because of the way it's shot, you almost have to laugh at the insanity of it. Coen Brothers have this distinctive way of storytelling that balances dark themes with humor. Movies like Raising Arizona and Blood Simple showcase their unique tone. Fargo is no different. It's violent, but never in a way that feels completely grounded in reality. Frances McDormand, who plays Marge, is married to one of the Coens, and she has said this role was the best gift she was ever given. And it truly is a fantastic role. One of the best written female characters in film. She's strong, but not in a forced, over-the-top way. She's simply competent, kind, and determined. At the end of the movie, she celebrates her husband getting his painting on a 3-cent stamp as if he won the Pulitzer Prize. She's just that supportive and kind. Steve Buscemi, who plays one of the criminals, has such a unique presence. His character is described in the movie as just funny looking, and that's perfect. No one can really pinpoint what makes him so odd, but he just is. When I first saw Fargo, I liked it, but I didn't love it. Probably would have given it a 7, but after studying film, checking out festivals, taking a closer look at cinematography and character work, I see now that this film is a masterpiece. It's an incredible achievement in storytelling. Now, I will give it a solid 9. To quote Marge Gunderson, and for what? A little bit of money? It's a beautiful day. I just don't understand it. And that is Fargo. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What you thought of Fargo. What were your favorite moments? Who were your favorite characters? And of course, as you know, Fargo spawned a TV series on, I think it's Hulu or cable, because I know you see it on Hulu. Let me know what you thought of that series. And of course, give us a thumbs up if you like our video. Hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification button to be notified of future videos. And if you want to support the channel, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. As always, thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.